Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and I have one thing to ask you if you are watching this. If the sound levels are a little bit odd, give me a shout. I've had to play with a few different things to get all this to work together, with doing a group flight, with being able to talk on Discord without it broadcasting, and I've got some new software that's doing all the audio magic and all that sort of thing. So if at any point you find the engines too loud against the speech and all that sort of thing, then please do give me a shout. But yeah, really excited about this one. So this is a Dreams of Wings Discord community group flight. I have popped a link to the Discord in the chat there if you want to jump in. All the details are on the Discord. We are about to get going though, but we're starting off at LERT, Rota Navy in South Spain. I'm going to quickly show you on the map. Here we go. So this is where we're starting off. We're going to tootle down here to Gibraltar, head over from Gibraltar over to Morocco, come over down here to Tangiers, and then we're going to scoot down here. Hopefully some interesting scenery, mountainous valleys, lakes, all that kind of thing. Scoot over this way, and then we are going to finally finish off here at Sharif El Idrissi. I've not had a look at any of this, including actually Gibraltar in this sim, so I've no idea what it's going to look like. It's taking a bit of a risk, but what the hell, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Right, so for the people that are watching that aren't actually in the Discord, I am going to be talking to people in the Discord from time to time, so if you suddenly think, what the hell is that guy doing, who is he talking to, then that is who I'm talking to. So magic technology. I'm just going to have a look over here. I'm going to switch my Discord back on. There we go, so I can hear everyone now. Right, okay, so everyone's been very patient while I've been waffling along and getting that sorted up. So now we need to get the Spitfire started. So actually, let me just quickly check. There we go, my head tracking was just a little bit out of sync. There we go. And that one. Okay, let's have a quick look. Fuel on. And prop fully forward. I need to pump up the jams. They haven't updated this yet. So there we go. We're clicking it, but you'll see the red light go out on the fuel pressure. But there we go. But the animation of the actual pump moving has gone. So that's now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get a start and I'm going to have a quick check of the chat. There we go. Look around. Just not going to go on the first start. Quick check there. Put a little bit too much primer in, seeing as we're in the south of Spain. There we go. There we go. I'm just being shallow and not having a slipper tank because it looks horrible. We have the option of fictional air-to-air refueling, of course. And people are just discussing in the Discord about fuel loads. Okay, is everyone pretty much ready to go? Things. Don't forget the basics. Make a right on sort out in my control setup. I need to get my authenticate for Spitfire, throttle and everything set up again, because that really does make such a huge difference. Especially the trim, it just feels so much better for it. So we've got quite a few. One of the weird quirks of 2024, as you can see, is that for some reason, like with the lightning there, we've got someone levitating up on the top, and sometimes also you see with the 109, I think I saw it at 109, you tend to see them towing an extra pilot behind. So I'm just going to bang into anybody. Nice. B-51, so I'm just going to scoot past the B-51. There we go. Come back round here. So it's live weather, and at the moment it's live time as well, but we'll see how that goes. It starts to get a bit too dark, then we can always cheapen the time a bit. It's very strange. I noticed this the last time I flew the Spit. It's very strange going on with my, I don't know if it's my brakes or my rudders, but they feel very, very much on-off rather than a nice gradual kind of feel to them. So I need to check if I haven't got any funny curves going on. When I looked at the wind just before, it was about 23 knots, so it should be quite interesting. Just going to scoot up onto this. Quite a long runway here. It's a joint Spanish US Navy base. Lovely Warbirds. Oh, phone ringing. Someone trying to flog me something. Okay, quick check. Everything's looking good. That's fine. I'm going to get the fuel pump on. Already on check. Yeah. Not always easy to spot that one. Isn't that lovely? Warbirds all around. Okay, let's see if we can do this takeoff without cocking it up. So step back. Turn the power. Anyone who's watching, if you wouldn't mind just let me know, is the sound level okay for you in the stream? I've got the engine sound turned down in my ears because I need to listen to people, but hopefully you've got a good mix of the engine sound, which is the important thing, and being able to hear what I'm waffling on about. Right, I'm going to just turn the labels on. There we go. You can have a look. It's good to see. Good to see. It's really nice to see a mixture of some familiar names and some new names. What a sight, all those warbirds. Fantastic. So we'll just loiter up here, let everyone join up. I love the lighting in this, it's quite something. Just keep it up here, don't want to get in anyone's way, so just circle above. Speed is okay. Looking temps are fine. Cheers, Andrew J. Much appreciated, mate. I've just out of interest, guys, have you got Wake Vortex on by any chance? Certainly with helicopters in multiplayer, it can really give you terrible lag. Frame rates just drop through the floor. I don't know if it's the same with fixed wing, and that's thanks to Dr. Bishop. And I'm sure it's all. There he is, Dr. Bishop. Thank. There you go, Dr. Bishop has done it again. Just waiting for everyone to get off the ground, and then once everyone's off, then we can head off. A channel in this server that had plaques on it, there would definitely be a plaque up there to your name. Oh, you have no idea, it was so frustrating trying everything to fix that issue. And doing the same things over and over, clearing caches, people saying, have you done this, have you done that? And it's like, yes, I have done it. And then you come along and it's like, wake turbulence. And I'm thinking, wake turbulence? This is a helicopter. But there it is. It's just one of them little things, isn't it, in flight sim. Amazing. Sorry for the people watching on the stream. Just having a conversation with the Discord about I had issues with all sorts of issues with multiplayer with helicopters, and the frame rates just completely dropping through the roof. And Dr. Bishop, who's flying with us, came along and said, you got wake turbulence on. And I did, and that's what fixed it. And people that are flying with us tonight, fixed wing, exactly the same problem. They were just saying that they're having issues with frame rates, and the same fixes work for them. So if you do multiplayer, then you have issues with frame rates, then get rid of your wake turbulence. There's Renee in the 109, and that's what I'm talking about. With 2024, we had this weird thing where you have pilots behind. Yeah, I'm relieved of that because I hadn't actually, quite often when I do these multiplayer flights, I'll look at Google Maps rather than actually in the sim, just for areas that look interesting, and sometimes it doesn't pay off, but this one actually seems to be, I mean, looking down there at the hotels, this one seems to be, yeah, it's pretty bob on, isn't it? Okay, I didn't see that. From there, I hope the stream is still running, but bear with me. I no longer can see my aircraft. There we go, that's better. Lost and it's done it again. Okay, let's try this time. There we go. Sorry about that if anyone was following me there. I lost my screen momentarily, couldn't see where the hell I was going. Tom, we are on the Southeast Asia. I don't know if the Discord link is still up chat, but we're in the Discord as well. Yeah. I've got so many screens open now with that seems to be working okay. Lighting in this sim sometimes really is just wonderful. It's not my camera. You don't need to see me. Much better to see what's going on out there. A default South African Air Force livery, but I thought it was working quite well with the landscape. Of course, the problem is with multiplayer is that if you use, if say for example I use my Gilda repaint that I like to use, then sometimes it can show up in odd ways to other people. So I've just gone through a bog standard issue livery. I think we'll see what it is. Got Bijan, the Bijan Seasons thing in for 2024 as well, so interested to see what that does. Just looking down there at the ground, it's hard to tell if that's got a low res textures or if it's just what it looks like. Kind of reminds me a bit of some of those areas. Trying to think, Stilton cheese, a really ripe Stilton cheese, but I suspect it's where the photo scenery is maybe joining two pieces together, perhaps. Who knows? Anyway, I should be concentrating on flying, not gawping out the window. Anyway, people watching, how the devil are you? Hope you're well. Hope all is good with you on this Friday evening. It's the end of the week, thank heavens. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, strange, isn't it? See the pilot, spare pilot, being towed along behind. yeah, if you've just joined and you're watching, this is a group flight. So if you want to come along, feel free. On the Southeast Asia server, there is a Discord link in the chat, but I'm going to add one now, just while I've got everything trimmed out. The old Streamlabs is meant to be injecting a link in there, but it doesn't like it's doing it, so let me do that. Here we go, stand by, type in flight. Which is always a pain for anyone who's trying to fly formation with me. Here's me jumping around in the sky like an idiot. There we go, so there's the link in the chat now. If you want to come along, there's a voice chat channel active as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's pop outside actually. Let's make sure that everything is where it should be. As we all know, it's very important in group flights to get screenies. Get some of them. Getting quite low now, isn't it? So we might have to cheat the time a little bit. Hello. It's my fault. They're trying to fly formation. I'm all over the shop because I'm taking screenshots. There we go. Right, quick check of the nav. So that's all good. So there's the dam down there. It's the Barbate Dam. Pressa de Barbate. I'm sure that's not how they pronounce it. Pressa de Barbate. It sounded awful, didn't it? It sounded very Falls North as well. Yeah, Rodney, it's Pressa de Barbate. Pressa de Barbate. Yeah. To work on my Spanish. But you can just see the dam there. So just see. It's more than just see. It's a great straight line. So you get the idea. Okay, quick check the nav. Yep, that's all good. Got the nav maps next to me. So we're coming up to some mountainous, slightly bumpy now. So I think it's time to hit the dirt a little bit. Oh yes. It's all part of the magic of 2024. Let's get the old macaroni back. So yeah, we'll hit the dirt, and we can do it at low level, which is always quite interesting. I'm keeping the power setting on something relatively low. I actually am going to drop the RPMs a bit more. Sometimes it feels like the engine is running low, but actually in the spit, you don't have to have full chat all the time. Actually, the engine doesn't like it. It's very upset. Wow, that's quite a bit of turbulence there. That little area just there. There we go. That was a little stutter. Quite a bit of turbulence down at this low level, isn't carried away with the looking at ground features, actually looking at that line. I've got the Mamu design power lines mod in, and distracted by that. So you just talking about those, and yeah, it flying helicopters, you get so used to flying them. Which brand of add-on? Oh, these are the I've got the Mamu design ones. I did have the Warbirds ones, but switched. Unfortunately, I didn't read closely enough, and I actually thought I was buying the Mamu one, and then it was only afterwards when I thought this is a bit disappointing, and someone pointed out I bought the wrong one. And then as soon as I got the Mamu one in, it was like, yes, this is what it's meant to look like. No, I need to check that out. And the yeah, what's the other cable cars one as well. That is so good. This stuff really is very good. Apologies to people watching the stream if you start getting one-sided conversations. Yeah, that's right, it was freeway to start off with, wasn't it? So there's the Rock of Gibraltar up ahead. Checking the speed, so we're just tooting along nicely here. We just boost around about +3. I'm just going to bring the RPM back a little bit more. High RPM can send your oil temperature sky high, so just want to calm that down a little bit. See, we're doing a fair old speed with these settings. It's a fast ship this bit, but that's quite impressive. The rock sitting over there. I have to say, by how the scenery looks. I wasn't sure how it was going to look over here. But the default scenery, especially with this light, looks really good. The way you've got the sun just on that patch there and the roofs and everything. It does look really nice. Huge solar farm. Lost the chat, so let's get that back up again. There we go. In that industrial area is quite something, isn't it? I was yakking away then and realised I'd pressed the wrong switch. I was just saying the detail in that industrial area is quite impressive. Okay, let's come back round. Head to the rock. Beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. I'm seeing a Spitfire dancing there. sun is definitely getting lower. Won't be long before I have to turn the clock back a bit. Detail, man. Swimming pools. Oh, hello. That's interesting. Now that was either, I don't know what that was, it suddenly hit a really nasty bit of turbulence that wanted to pitch the aircraft over. Detail down there of that tunnel. My lord. Detail around here is amazing, isn't it? Remember our controls, please. Let's not be silly. Amazing. Right, back on course. Stop fanning around taking pictures. Say to myself, right, check. Looking. Good. Definitely got to get my authentic stuff set up. So much nicer with that ground. Let's put the labels back on. Wow, look at that. It's only really when you get the labels on, you appreciate just how many people are up. Wonderful to see everybody. It's the LODs in this sim are a little bit odd, so sometimes you don't see people until they're really quite close. Hopefully that will get fixed. I'm not on the beta or anything, it's just on T2, so good to see how that fixes it. Wonderful. Down this way. Of realism there by sticking my head through the canopy. There we go, Morocco. Like it's going to be really interesting scenery as well. Already seeing a fair bit of detail popping up. Ready to go. I'm really interested to see what Tangier looks like. Yeah, it is a weird thing, isn't it? The way they're towing towing a spare passenger. Oh, that's a shame. Some texture's broken on the... Looks very strange going over there. Looks like something out of Star Wars. Okay, let's concentrate on what we're doing now. Puerto de Cueta. I do apologise if anyone is fluent in Spanish. I do apologise for my awful pronunciation. Here we go. Quite stunning. It is getting rather dark. Mental note made. It's an interesting heliport down there for the helicopter pilots. This sim has its weird quirks, and sometimes it can drive you bonkers with some of the things it does, but there's no doubt that the scenery on the ground, the detail, is quite amazing. Missing some of that turbulence again over by the hills here. Spit's always been quite susceptible to turbulence. So we're getting bucked around quite a bit there. Interesting. We've got a, according to little nav map, which is telling me what the weather is in the sim at the moment, we have a 42 knots tailwind. Now 35, which is interesting. Just watch the, we'll just let the sun go down a bit, but I will wind the clock back so that we've got better visibility. There's not much point in having a sightseeing if you can't see anything. Jungly is in a Corsair. I've not flown that in 2024 yet. That's amazing to see. Seasons loaded in, so I don't know what this looks like without that. I don't know how much it changes the colours. Definitely a lot of detail. Okay, here's the naval base. Oh boy, it's getting hot in this room again. Oh no. Northland. I don't know if you're listening to the stream, but I'm sorry to see that. Andrew, greetings from Johannesburg. I'm in a this is the South African Air Force repaint. Spit. The colours would go quite nicely. I do love that course there. We've just done an update for 2020, as I'm sure you know. So I'm interested to see how it flies in 2024 now, but it is a lovely aircraft, of course, there. Nice to be back in Warbirds, and especially nice to be flying with other people in Warbirds. It's definitely one of the pleasures of, sorry Brennan, I want to look at you and start flying towards you. Interesting silver 109 repaint, flying like I've done there. Nice flying by jumbly. Okay, right, so nav is all good, we're going where we need to go, the sun is dropping down, looks like the weather is not too bad over that way, but certainly where we are now, not brilliant, so I'm just going to drop down a little bit and fly to Tangier. The cloud. Look at that sweeping coastline ahead. Really interested to see what this looks like. Maybe some historical buildings, but you still see something. You never know. Yep. It's 44 knots at the moment. Just talking about how windy it is. Just an industrial area there. If industrial areas can be interesting. Oh yes, it's a very interesting prefabricated light industrial unit there, very interesting, circa I would say 1997. Peeking out to the edge now, this area. So that, folks, was Tangier. Now we head further south into Morocco. Andrew, I watched a video flying the Cadiz 222. Yeah, do you know what? You've reminded me, I've not flown that in a long time, but it is without doubt one of the prettiest helicopters I think that there are. Really is beautiful. Airwolf and everything aside, I think there's a reason why they chose that helicopter for Airwolf, because it is just stunning. Really nice. I've not flown it in ages. Wow, it's very bumpy here. Yeah, it seems to be something, I don't know if it's just flying iron, because I know Jungly and Corsair, I'm not seeing it on there, but certainly the flying iron fighters, there's someone getting towed by. Or with the Lightning, they're actually very cleverly kind of sitting up high and in front, almost like a lookout. Technology, I like it. That's true. Labels and then screenshot of the Corsair. The fizz looks like it's dropping a little bit. Light dropping isn't fantastic, but we will prevail. It's always difficult with these things because you want that balance between you know, realistic real world weather and all that kind of stuff, real world time, and of course with real world weather you get some fantastic sights. You get I mean, like, you know, we're getting here with the sun going down and the visibility dropping, and it's an experience, it's something a bit different. But sometimes there comes a point where it's no longer a sightseeing trip, and it's becoming an IFR flight, which is not what this is about, so just keep monitoring that. But I think with the way that that sun is coming down, I don't know, we'll see. It'd be interesting to see how far we get. So, tipping into the mountains now. Now there is a road here. There we go. The N2, I think it is. So we're going to follow the N2. So good to see other warbirds up there. Really nice. Over the top. Turbulence there. Look at that. This would be even more stunning if it wasn't for the real world weather. But yeah, so it's just quite rightly pointed out, power lines. It's one of the great things about having those power lines in, especially for flying helicopters. You really have to kind of keep your wits about you. So yeah, I think it's a shame, but live weather is reducing the ability to have a nice sightseeing session, unfortunately. Right, for Binky, who has asked the question, let's see if I can show you. So, stand by. There you go, that's where we are at the moment. Nearest airport is up here. Not a lot out here, to be honest, but if you can, I can't remember now, if you can spawn in on someone or something like that. But that's kind of the shape of it right now. Right. Okay, now this is great. I might switch to wind weather soon because this is fast exiting a sightseeing trip and heading into IMC. It's not flat calm, but it certainly means that we can see a bit more about what's going on. Oh, that is just gorgeous. I always think the Corsair wing shape is so graceful. Gull wing. Dirty great radial stuck in front. Okay. Sorry, Northern, I don't know why Sim keeps crashing to desktop. I'm trying to restart 3 in a row. Okay, mate. Sorry that it is playing up for you. That's blooming Sims, isn't it? I've had problems recently, and sometimes they just come out of the blue for no apparent reason. One minute your sim is running fine, and the next minute it's behaving like an absolute hooligan. Oh, cheers, Muzzy. That's good to know. Yeah, I've switched to this weather preset now, so we can see a little bit more about what's going on. What's that? 18 knots wind at the moment. So it's just enough to give you something interesting to fly through, but the visibility is much, much better, which is good. Light is fading. Sorry, mate. Silly. Sometimes, especially on group flights, when I'm messing about doing silly things like aerobatics and running the engine full chat when I shouldn't be, sometimes you get a bit of a shock and you run out of fuel not as soon as you expect to. Everyone's up ahead. Chico Mick, and of course I know as a Warbird fan you probably recognise that name very well. The genius behind the Duxford Freeway, which is definitely one of my favourite pieces of scenery. almost like a home away from home for us warbird lovers. Mick is also an exceptional formation flyer. Okay. So, just checking the route. Dam. Judging by the route on the map, I must have seen that. Of course. Right. Amazing the scenery. Photo scenery actually shows the writing on the dam. Crazy. This sim is crazy, the detail in it. Just see the aircraft passing by there. So let's check. Good. Just the boost. The temperatures are absolutely fine. Working. Excellent. As I would like to say. Bobbing around like an idiot, just looking at the screens. Oh, look at that. That's a screenshot. Get the right screen though. So many damn screens. Well, so many damn screens, I've only got 3, but sometimes I'll take a screenshot and I'll think, wow, that's going to look so good. And then when I actually look at my screenshots, I found out I've taken a picture of my Discord or my sound mixer or something really boring like that. But yeah, the light is quite lovely. Some nice formations right there. Very close. Very close, John. So it doesn't help the fact that I'm looking at you, and when I look at you, I'm bobbing around all over the shop. Let's get some screenshots in. Gorgeous. Right, so we are now heading up to another waypoint. I can't see what it was I was looking at. Something caught my eye, but yeah, nothing up there. Colours are interesting. And bog standard scenery in the sim. That's what it looks like. So, people watching, I'm assuming you're watching this because you like Warbirds. Got quite a few people watching at this point. I would love to know if you put in the chat what your favourite Warbird is that you're flying at the moment and what sim you're flying it in. I would love to know if you just whack that in the chat. Curious to see what people are flying. Obviously set to a keybind, but depending on what screen I clicked on last, it can have some very odd effects. Okay, so here we go. There's Mick over there. Nice bunch of warbirds. Tom through behind. Jungly, I'm completely with you, mate. Do you know what? It's a little bit like I wish someone would do a study level seeking helicopter. I wish someone would do like a really nice Sea Fury. I think that would be something great. It really would. A really nice P-51D Mustang and a really nice Sea Fury would be cool. Proper, gorgeous, proper kind of study level stuff. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, I'm waffling on the stream, but I keep meaning to turn the clock back to get some more light, but then I look over at the sun by the mountains and I think, no, not yet. It just looks too good. So I'm checking in the Discord again. Angel 15 Hurricane 2. Oh, okay, you find the Hurricane. I've got the Hurricane, but I must admit I bought it, flew it a couple of times, haven't flown it since. The Overton is your home base. Oh, excellent. Judging by the name, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, a really nice seeking would be splendid. Just something you could really get your teeth into. I know study level isn't everyone's thing, and it's not an elitist thing. You know, sometimes with flight sims, God knows, there's this tendency for people to think that people are being elitist because I'll only fly if it simulates the viscosity of the oil. Christmas Day of 1974. It's not about that. It's about I don't know. The aircraft just feels alive. And if you've got something like to have something like a Seeking that simulated all the systems and all the buttons and all that kind of stuff would be quite something. I'm taking screenshots again, but I have a feeling I'm just taking a screenshot of my map rather than that. Which is what I wanted. Blooming beautiful. Blooming beautiful. Another Get those screenshots in. Work it, baby. Oh, there we go. We've got a spit as well. Get that in. I've got screenshots bound to my trigger on the joystick, so I'm literally like bang, bang. Get those shots in. Lovely. It's getting hot in this room. We need to figure out a way of ventilating the room, getting cool air in and hot air out. I haven't got one. And it's quite a small room. I keep talking about this in every stream, probably boring everyone's senses. But the temperature rises quite incredibly. And the desk, my computer's under the desk, and the desk starts to get hot. And the metal frame under the wood of the desk starts to get hot, and it's quite weird. Quite weird. Right, we're coming up on I think a rather nice lake now. Let's screenshot of that. What have we got over here? Oh, not on this side. We've got lightning. Sometimes it really is just worth flying real time, isn't it? Just so you get the light and everything. Okay, so just going to pop down here. I have overshot a little bit. I got distracted. Distracted by the light, so we're a little bit off course, not much. It's going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think. I'm just going to correct a little bit. We get round here and over the top of this mountain. Once you get close to it, actually, the scenery's not particularly kind of high res, but that's alright. Whoa! Thumped by a bit of turbulence there. Okay, that's not quite as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Okay, fair enough, Ski. Let's go over here. Light is Jungle, you'll feel at home down here, mate. With the water. Look around, temperature's all good. There's some turbulence just above the water here. So yeah, it's unusual, I should say, unusual to do a stream in fixed wing and doing this sort of thing. Normally it's flying helicopters and especially flying HEMS, HeliMed, air ambulance search and rescue kind of stuff in the high performance group H145. But I think it was about time that we injected some Warbird stuff into this channel. After all, that's where this channel comes from, flying Warbirds. And it was also very much due a group flight, Warbirds group flight. Can't even talk, getting emotional. I'm not. Yeah, it was very much needed. So great to be able to combine the two, and great to be able to fly Warbirds with people again. I must admit, I tend not to stream group flights. I always see group flights as being a relaxed chance for to fly with friends and just chat, just enjoy the journey. So you won't see too many group flights being streamed on this channel. Yeah, I just thought I'd combine the two. Nice cliff formation there, as you can see. Detail. So interested to see what this looks like. Goggly maps. It looks quite interesting, but the light level is so low, I'm not sure how it's going to work out, so I'm just going to pop up on the speed. Don't really want to mess about with the engine settings too much. Okay, yeah, not too amazing, if I'm honest. It certainly looks more interesting on Google Maps, but you can see that's kind of like silted or sediment, I should say, as the river comes out. Sediment coming out, but in 2024 it's kind of baked in. It's almost like obviously sees it as land, so it's kind of baked it in. But, there you go. But interesting to see, always worth the punt. That's the thing with these group flights. Sometimes I always take a bit of a gamble when I plot the route. I rarely fly the route, which some might say is pretty piss poor planning and all that. But I kind of like the surprise of not knowing what you're going to get, which makes it a bit more interesting. So we'll just pop through here. Down to the valley. Remember where you're going. Concentrate on navigation instead of pressing around like a fool. But it's nice. I mean, okay, so we can't see a great deal in the valley, but to be able to look up on the hills there and see the sun setting on them is rather beautiful, without a doubt. So we've got quite a wide valley here. Just two more here. How is everyone's Friday evening? Friday has arrived, thank heavens. Being the weekend, that's for sure. I did say, by the way, I was going to try and stream every Friday night. Cool, thanks for that. I'm going to switch back. The chap's just saying that the live button's cleaned up a bit, so let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's alright now, isn't it? Okay, quick check of the wind. The wind is 25 knots. 25 of your knots on my nose. As it happens, it just dropped down to drop down to 16. It's only momentarily. It's kind of seems to be gusting between kind of anywhere between 13 and 23. Up. But yeah, so we just scoot along this flattish bit here. Really am resisting the temptation to wind the clock back because I am enjoying that sunset. It's rather nice, isn't it? I don't know how it comes across on the stream. Hopefully, you people that are watching, who I have to say are very quiet, you're not saying much in the chat, so that either means that this evening flight is slowly putting you to sleep, or you're just relaxed and chilled out. And I do hope that you are enjoying this sunset flight as much as I am. And hopefully the guys that are actually on the stream as well, the guys that are actually in the group flight, I hope you're enjoying them too. I have to say it's very strange not having a normal conversation in the Discord because I'm streaming. It's a little bit odd. I've got to press to talk, so that when I want to talk in the Discord I have to press the button. Again, I'm not used to that. Okay, so we've got a left turn coming up now. Left. Easy round. Easy round. Let's come back on the throttle just a little bit. I can actually feel hot air. I can feel hot air now billowing up from underneath my desk. It's like there's a fan heater on down there. Well, there is really, it's not my computer. So it keeps going. Check over everything else. So yeah, we've burned all the fuel in the top tank now, so we can now get see what's going on with the bottom tank, so I just need to watch that. There is nothing out here, there are no airfields or anything like that, so if needs be, it's a case of doing some good old fictional air-to-air refuelling, which is not realistic at all, but that's what we just have to do when it comes to it. I hope you guys are watching. I hope it's as nice for you as it is to be sitting here in front of the big screen flying it, but it feels so damn atmospheric flying in the mountains with the sun going down. I was in Cyprus a few weeks ago, and it reminds me very much of being there in the evening. Sun setting in the Troodos Mountains. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just going to see the Streamlabs is doing its thing and posting the bits and bobs, so it's just posted the Discord link, so if you want to come along and say hello. That was the link. Good to see you. Great bunch of people in there. Mixture of Warbird GA helicopter fans. Some of us into all three. Right, just looking at the map now, I'm trying to figure out. See, I've put a turn in up ahead. Okay, I think this is more just transiting over that way. So that's fine. That's fine. Down there. So I'm just going to know about it. Nice. So go straight on flying, but watching aerobatics at the same time. Let's roll out there. It's one of the interesting things flying Warbirds in the mountains after flying the helicopter so much is the power available to you when you've got mountains coming up ahead. You can just weak over the top of them. Just adjusting my power settings there a little bit. Just notice the speed's coming up a tad. Do need to get above the mountains, I say, so we just have a bit more power. Thank you. Just going to be a bit slow there. Oh, that was nice. Hopefully, Flying Iron will be able to fix those issues soon, or maybe it'll get fixed in SU3. Maybe it's just one of those things. Who knows? But, lovely to see. There is something special about flying with Warbirds. There's no doubt. No doubt at all. Something. Right, let's get back down to okay, let's get the nav and the chat. I've got too many blooming screens on the go here. It's making life a tad tricky. Right, we're back in action now. I can see, I've got a map, I can see the chat, I can see a spit. How beautiful. How absolutely gorgeous. So, we've been flying for just an hour and a half. Not far to go now at all. I guess it's just how the map works, isn't it? It's funny how, like some areas, like in the Highlands, the ground is kind of ultra detailed. With some other areas, it's almost like there's some good detail down there, but the texture's just ever so slightly fuzzy, and it just seems to be like that in some areas. I guess it all just relates to whatever Bing Maps it's using. That's quite interesting, the detail there. Sorry, I'm really going off course here because I'm getting too carried away looking at the ground. That's an interesting feature down there. Windy road. So we'll just go down into the valley. Cue the song. No, I'm not going to sing that one. Do not fret. No karaoke on this live stream. turbulence there. Again, it's almost like a giant jumping up and down on the starboard wing. Properly getting bounced around. Your aircraft. Oh, there goes another spit. Nice roll. Nice roll. Spitfire is so graceful. It really is. Graceful to fly them, but to see it as well. Waypoints. I'm just looking at the map, and I'm looking at my waypoints. I'm trying to envisage what it was that I saw that made me think that'd be an interesting place to go through. This one was just trying to line up another valley. Let's see, so I'm going to weave it through here. That's interesting. Auto jumping, almost had logos on it. Down is the valley here. Coming across for you guys watching on the stream, but it's not too dark. Find this. It's very difficult. I've got my OBS up on a monitor, which is quite an old monitor. It's a little bit darker, so it's always going to show things a little bit darker than my main screen. So as long as you're seeing what I'm seeing on the main screen, it should be all right. That's what I'm thinking anyway. By the way, if you're hearing some strange things coming through my mic, I've got a big fan next to me. I've just noticed that the sound levels, you might be hearing that too. Backwards when you're flying towards mountains, but nice to get some screenshots in as long as I survive it. Okay, right, let's look out again. About 80 gallons, but not too bad. BK739, amazing! I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and finally someone has commented on the sound levels. How is it now? Was it because I was just mumbling a bit maybe? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I think I was just mumbling, which probably didn't help very much, but let me know if the spit is too loud. I've got a different sound mix in my headset because I'm also listening to Discord. I have got my flight sim turned down a bit in my cans, so it could well be a bit louder for you, but let me know if, now that I'm talking up a bit, let me know if that's improved the situation at all. It would be good to know. So yeah, we're not far at all now from our destination. It's interesting. Red on the sides there. It's one of the fascinating things about, same with 2020 as well, is that you can fly over a simulation of the world. This isn't kind of P3D repeated texture tiles or anything like that. This is actually a thank you, BK. I think that was it, mate. I was just mumbling. But yeah, you can fly over the world. You can see all this detail. You can actually go to these places, and obviously it's not the same as being here. But you kind of get a feeling for it anyway, don't you? You get a feeling for what it's going to be like. Getting darker. I can actually see now ahead some lights. So road lights, or maybe some lights in buildings, but definitely getting darker. Cheers, Muzzy. Much appreciated, old chap. Yeah, I remember looking at this now. Like an interesting feature. Some of the buildings with the lights on. This is it's very atmospheric. The lights on the mast. I really hope this is coming across on the stream for you guys. It's quite incredible. The mast up there, which may be from Bijan's, from Mamu's posts, or it could be baked into the sim. They got the lights on them, and it's very picturesque. The lights up there on the road. To be lost behind my wing. Let's have a look. There we go. And now we're just kind of tooting up this valley. This is almost a home run now. Had it in my head that it would be dark here now. Or a lot darker than it is, that's for sure. That's pretty good. Search and rescue stuff around here. That would be kind of cool. Muzzy, no problem, mate. The Comanche is a beautiful aircraft. So, just flying this road. Interested to see what this airport actually looks like. Because again, I've not checked it out, so it could be embarrassing. It could be a nothingness. Visibility's not too bad. I was going to say visibility's dropping a bit, but I think it's just visibility out to the distance, obviously. But up close it's not too bad. Let's pop up a little bit. So it looks like we've got no, wind is changing. Well, it's a lot more built up around here than I thought it was going to be, that's for sure. Right, there's our airport. I can just... where's that airport? Am I seeing things? Am I seeing a mirage? Cue the music. Do a quick recce of the airfield. See what it looks like. I think that must be over there. I was seeing those lights there, thinking that might be it, but no, I think it's over here. Not much in the way of lighting. And then once we get close as well, we can have a look at Right, so I think it's over here. God, I hope there is a runway. See much in the way of lighting. Binky, it's no good. I've been flying the route, but I can't see you guys. Binky, what server are you on, mate? We switched to Southeast Asia. We were right. That's the runway there. We were on Western Europe, but earlier today I put a thing in the Discord saying Southeast Asia. So there's not much in the way of lighting. Wind is pretty much a crosswind, to be honest. But it seems to be favouring 3-5, what I can see. Amazing. So, we'll give them a thrill. We'll do another break and then see if I can land this thing. Because I'm rusty as hell. Rusty as hell in the old spit. Bloody awful curved approach that. Set yourself back on basic training. Marvellous, let's get the flappage up. No idea where the hell, there it is. Looks like a taxiway over there. Get off the runway. So pain in the backside and getting in everyone else's way. Definitely need to check my rudder pedals. Or at least my brake. I think it's my brake. Something feels a bit too on-off rather than nice analog. You're gonna marshal us, mate. I love these little marshals. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna go and park up the Warbird, mates. Yeah, it's interesting. It's the FW90 with the bits missing. And I haven't flown the FW90 for a while because it does seem to have a few issues with bits missing in the textures, but nice to get that going again. Nice to concentrate on what we're doing from the start. Oh, there we go. Right, before we blow the engine up, let's parking brake on and clear. And back. There we go, mags off. We're down. We are down and the lights dimmed. Labels on. How fantastic. Look at all those warbirds. Wow. What a nice group we've got there. Look at that. It's funny sometimes, a bit like now, you only realise just how many people are up when you actually get down on the ground. But, that's quite fantastic. Oh, no. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Sorry guys, my MSFS just crashed. Unbelievable. Thank you, mate. So there you go on the stream. I'm very sorry. I'm just glad it waited until we got right to the end. That's all I can say. At least it crashed when we were on the ground. So it's not done that to me in a long time. But yeah, I'm just glad it did it then and not later. So anyway, I'll close off the stream now. So thanks ever so much for joining. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the chat just to make sure I've not missed anything. No, that's all good. So yeah, let's go. There we go. That's the map. That's where we were. That's we simulate the flight using the map. Oh, that's the Sea King, by the way. That's the Sea King. Anyway, yeah. Hey, it's one of those things. The sim hasn't crashed on me in a flight like that in a long time. Interesting that it's done it now. It's done it after an hour and, well, 2 hours. The sim has been up and running. So I guess I can't complain. I'll have a quick check at the event viewer and see if I can find anything as by indication of what might have caused it. But anyway, do you know what? It's how it goes. It's flight simming, isn't it? Flight simming, things happen, sims crash. We then spend weeks in forums and things like that trying to fix it. And it would be boring if it wasn't like that. Well, actually, no, it'd be quite nice if it wasn't like that. But that's just the way it goes. What can you do? Anyway, it's been wonderful having you along. Hope you've enjoyed it. That was a beautiful flight, beautiful lighting. And I shall see you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.